at the Commodity Classics 2017. With me is Cinch Munson, who's with the Propane Education and Research Council. And Cinch, I know you got a lot to talk to people about here, but let's start first with this. We want to make sure you say this is a concept tractor, right?
That's right.
Talking about using alternative fuels to fuel tractors.
Yeah, so New Holland is the clean energy leader in agriculture, and they've done a lot of work over the years to look at what technologies can help farmers be more successful, help them save money, and help have a lessened environmental impact with the fuel the tractors use. So currently they're looking at a couple different concept tractors. One's the propane tractor, and the other is a methane/biomethane tractor. What we have here today is the propane tractor. They're testing it right now. It's been running, it's been testing, they're continuing to refine it. It performs extremely well. I've had the pleasure of driving the tractor, compared it to a diesel. It's got the same power, it's got the same torque, it's quieter, and the emissions are cleaner. It doesn't have all the Tier 4 regulations. The three-way catalyst, we meet those regulations without the need for exhaust gas recirculation, filters, and no DEF fluid. So it's really got a lot of promise. Producers that come and talk to us really seem to like the tractor. But New Holland's still exploring it and looking at it, and that's why we're here, to get a little bit more market input on hey, what's the interest in an alternative fuel tractor, again, whether it runs on propane or biomethane. And as a propane industry, we're pretty pleased with what we're finding out about the interest and the performance on propane version.
Well, one of the big growth areas for propane is in auto gas. And you got the tractor here hooked up to a fueling station here for propane. Tell us about that.
So, this is kind of a way to show ag producers, here's what a fueling station could look like on your farm. I mean, a real nice looking cabinet. It's got the hose that comes out. And we're also showing off the new fueling nozzle. As we see auto gas growth, whether we're talking school buses, trucks, pickups, etc., a lot of that's driven by how well the new nozzles work. In the old days, and even currently, you still find a lot of nozzles out there. They have to screw on. This version's super slick. It just pops right on, fills, shuts itself off when it's full. Will not leak. Will not leak fumes. Pull it off, take it off, and get it filled with almost no emissions coming out of that fueling process. People we talk to really are impressed with this. They're like, gosh, that's so easy that it's driving a lot of interest.
Well, and of course, at your booth down this way is you have a propane truck on display, which we're going to see here in a minute on Facebook Live. But this is really where the growth is coming here, is with vehicles like trucks, like pickups and things like that can be fueled up then. Tell us about that.
Yeah, anything right now that uses engines is a big growth area for propane. Propane right now, we have ample supplies and propane prices are very good. Compare that, kind of combine that with the Tier 4 regulations, what that means for diesel exhaust, what the costs are on that, the need for DEF, diesel exhaust fluid, etc. We're finding people are very interested in what propane can do for them. School bus market's growing like crazy, over 12,000 school buses, school districts every day converting over, and they're doing it because they save money. They save 20 to 40% on the operating cost and the total cost of ownership. Lets them put more teachers in the building. It's really helpful for them, and it's quieter, safer, cleaner operations. Pickups like this, you can order this from your Ford dealer. A lot of fleets are converting because of those cost savings and because they appreciate the environmental impact, the lessening of that environmental impact. This pickup, I had the privilege of driving it down here the other day. Runs super well. It's kind of fun to drive. It's got a lot of power. It's really nice. So right now, engines, whether we're talking irrigation engines, power generator engines, pickup engines, Class 7 trucks, and maybe someday tractors are really a good market. It's the fuel works so well, has so much power that it's kind of an exciting market and a fun time to be in the industry.
Well, one of the things that we regularly talk about is the farm incentive program. We've got some changes to talk about there. Tell us that.
Yeah, so this year with the farm incentive program, or it's not necessarily an annual program, but here just in the month of March, we're converting the program In the past, you could go online, fill out an application, we'd review the equipment, and then you'd send in, we'd send you a registration packet, you'd send that to us. And we've simplified the program this year and gone just to a one-step process. It's the registration packet. So as a producer, when you're talking to your equipment dealer, ask them about the program and if they have incentives available, and you'll get those incentives directly from your equipment dealer. If your equipment dealer is not aware of the program, doesn't have registration packets, have them get a hold of us. And all that information's at propane.com. Actually, on propane.com, you can learn about agriculture, you can learn about auto gas, you can learn about lawnmowers, residential, commercial, all the information's there. But if you go to propane.com, visit the agriculture page, you can learn all about the farm incentive program and what those changes mean. And there will be the contact information for equipment dealers to come talk to me personally about how to get involved in the program.
What about irrigation, using it for irrigation?
Yeah, irrigation, it's an engine application. We're continuing to see growth across the U.S. In some markets where their electric rates are rising rapidly, we're seeing even additional growth because people are saying, I can save money by using a propane engine to generate power and power this pump, as opposed to using the electric line to power this pump. So we just continue to see growth in that market. Today's engines, again, whether we're talking vehicles or irrigation, the engines are built to run on propane. They're extremely efficient. Their longevity is excellent. We're continuing to see more and more people say, tell me about a propane engine, how it can work for my farm, and then they go out and buy it. It saves them money up front, saves them money to run it. It's a good deal.
Excellent. And again, farmers who are at the Commodity Classic, please come by the booth here, the Propane Education and Research Council booth. It's 5131?
5131.
5131 is the booth number. Please come by here. If you don't have time, then go to propane.com.
Propane.com.
Propane.com.